Raise your hand if you like holiday parties. I do too. And not because of food and booze, but because I was really good at answering this very Washington, D.C. specific question. What do you do? Having worked at some very well-known companies, I was so used to tying who I am with what I do for a living and use that as a guidepost. And last November, I was invited to a holiday party. And as I made my way around introducing myself, "Hi, my name is Evelyn," I was stopped. I didn't have a good answer to the "what do you do" question because I was laid off. Even saying the word out loud, lay off, it hurts. You see, I've always pictured myself standing on a TED stage, sharing my successes and accomplishments. And here I am, reliving my trauma in public. Whew. When I was laid off by Coursera, I was relieved, sad, and ashamed. Relieved that I no longer had to worry about the office politics anymore. Sad that I actually had to say goodbye to colleagues I enjoy working with. And ashamed that I somehow brought this on to myself. But mostly I thought I was going to be okay because it was not the first time I got laid off, having worked in the technology sector for the last 10 years. The first time I got laid off by Uber, it took me less than a couple months to find another job with a much higher pay. But this time, it was different. Nationwide, there were 6 million people out of jobs. 6 million! With so many people out of jobs and competing for the same position, my search dragged on. I felt the search has beaten me to the core, leaving me with nothing. And during that time, I had almost always approached relationships with a "what can I get from this" attitude. My question to recruiters would always be, "Hey, it's so nice to meet you. Can you please introduce me to the hiring manager?" And for my friends, "Can you please take a look at my resume? Please?" Having been unemployed for the 5th month, I had done more than 50 mock interviews, and I was burned out. Nothing seemed to be working. A mock interview works like a transaction. I interview you, you interview me. And one day, after finding out that I get rejected by one of my dream companies, I was devastated, and I had no energy left. So I showed up at my mock interview telling the other person, "Hey, you go ahead, let's just focus on you." So we spent the entire hour helping her preparing for her upcoming interviews. And at the end, she thanked me wholeheartedly and asked if there's anything she could help me with in return. I said no. At the moment, it felt so good to just show up and help someone with no strings attached. I even give myself a pat on the back. Good job. But then it dawned on me that, gosh, I have been answering and asking the wrong question. The wrong question. You see, the brutal job market had conditioned me to be hyper-focused on getting something from a situation or someone, because I thought I had nothing left to give without a job. But that mock interview told me the opposite. That even without a job, I can give time and space to others. So instead of asking the wrong question, what can I give? What can I get? What can I get out of this situation? I started asking myself and those around me, what can I give? And I began moderating workshops, advising on launching marketplace businesses, and throwing freestyle therapy session with other job seekers, because why not? Right? We all need hugs and a good cry sometime. When my unemployment benefit ran out after 6 months, I was shocked that I even made this far. There are days I just wanted to crawl into a little ball and give up. And other days I just wanted to pull my hair out because I was so frustrated. But being able to help and give even just a tiny bit of myself to the community gave me hope. I no longer see the search as a zero-sum game or being one in a million in a gloomy job market. My community helped me normalize my own failure and expose me to unexpected opportunities. And when I landed my current role at Insight Software, I even reached back out to the community and asked for their advice before accepting the offer. And I'm so glad I did. Questions like, who am I? And what can I give? If these are not the questions you ask yourself today, I certainly hope so at the end of this talk. You see, for the longest time, my answer was entirely job dependent. I'm a product manager. I lead engineers and designers to build beautiful products. And when you lose your job, you lose that answer. You see, the average tenure at a company is also getting shorter and shorter. For boomers, it was 10 years. For Gen X, 7 years. And for millennials, 5 years. The youngest generation, Gen Z, it was less than 2 years. The pandemic, remote work, and then the rise of artificial intelligence all accelerated the pace of churn in the job market. Nowadays, 28% of the jobs no longer require workers to go into a physical office. And even hybrid work arrangement focus more on productivity than relationship building. I'm asking all of us, what happens when we spend the majority of our workday only to have our interactions with our colleagues minimized to a thumbnail-sized view on our screen? And how can you and me show up authentically and build organic relationships only dressed from the waist up? Right? If there's one thing you take away out of this talk, it is that wherever you are, your search is about interactions, not transactions. Giving, not taking. And you might be wondering, okay, that made sense at a high level, but where do I start? There are 3 actions you can take now. Number 1, ask yourself the right question. Number 2, find a community that embraces you. And number 3, keep showing up to participate, because communities are built based on the foundation of organic relationships, and that takes time to nurture. You don't want to be looking for a community when you are needing one, especially in the job market today. Community is our path to build collective strengths and rediscover our identities. At the holiday party this year, I know how I will introduce myself. My name's Evelyn. I'm a storyteller and a community builder. And I hope I inspire you to build communities around you. And I hope I can be a part of yours as well. Thank you.